Good morning, friends. It is Thursday. I don't know when the last time I made a video. I so had it in my mind I was going to do a video every day, if not every day, then at least every other day. And that'll give me a day in the middle to answer comments. After I finally got my comment page back up, and I did a few. Guys, I'm going to tell you, it's been a busy week. I've had Carly and Coda almost every day. And then I had Carter and Cash one day, which wasn't but when I have them, I just have to say, well, okay, I have to give my time to them. I can't give it to anything else, or I end up getting kind of aggravated with them if I'm trying to do something and they keep Gigi. Then I wanted to, what? Just leave me alone a few minutes. Let me do this. So I've learned really quick when I have all the kids, it's just a day for them. I can't do anything for myself. So, and we got kind of off schedule because Dustin had a couple of late mornings, which made it good. But instead of spending my time wisely, I didn't. And then Monday was nursing home, and that went real good. I did a story about a teacup. Guys, if y'all have any interest at all in hearing those stories, let me know. And then I could just one day do nothing but the story that I did at the old folks home. And I think it was a really cute story. All the stories that I tell to them, I think are really cute. And if you ever had to do a devotional or something, even for your Sunday school class, you could use these stories and then put the moral that goes with it in the scriptures from the Bible. Okay, just let me know if you would like to hear some of those. All right, well, I don't know what Papa told y'all or showed y'all yesterday, but I took my stove out of my kitchen. I've been wanting to take it out for a long time. I never use my oven, hardly ever. Sometimes when I make a big family dinner, I'll have to use the crock pot. What's wrong with my words today? They're not coming out right. So I have to use, and I didn't even mean to say crock pot. I meant to say, that roaster. Anyway, so I'm just going to try to get me a bigger skillet. My skillet is a 15-inch. The largest I can find is a 16-inch. So that'll give me just a little bit more room, but I may try to go for a skillet, because anything you can do in the oven, you can do in a skillet. So I'm not too worried about that. And anytime, I always use my stove for gumbo and for dumplings. But I have two, they're just electric pots that I'm sure y'all seen me use those. There goes Jake. I can use one of those for gumbo and dumplings. I just can't make as many, but we always have a few left over, so I think it'll suffice. Anyway, I've never liked using the stove. I don't know. When I was young growing up, I don't remember us using the stove that much. Mother had a roaster oven, and that's what she baked in. And I'm thinking in the old house, I took my oven out too. In my stove, we just never use it. If we're going to make scrambled eggs or fried eggs, I do it in an electric skillet. And if I'm going to make a hamburger helper, something like that, I do it in an electric skillet. And boiled eggs, I have the electric pot. So there's really nothing. Probably I haven't used my stove in over a year, except for dumplings and gumbo. So anyway, and it looks so clean in that corner now, and I'm so excited with it. And I put my little I don't know, it's something that my brother gave to my mother, and she loved it, and I took it when she passed away and brought it over here, and it's always been sitting there, you know, kind of with just stuff in it. And I've always haven't liked it where it was because it has a stainless steel top and it needs to go in the kitchen. And I've had it more in the dining room. Anyway, it just perfectly fit in that spot. And I've got a board right in there. Kim just dropped it off with some, what do you call those things? Brackets. She got me 4 brackets that match, because sometimes when Papa makes some, he'll say, well, I only have 2 of these brackets, so I'll just use these other 2 down here. And I'm thinking, couldn't we have waited and bought 4 that matched, you know? Anyway, she made sure I had 4 brackets that matched. And I said, well, aren't you going to do it for me? And she said, Mom, you know Dad can do that. And I've got, and her truck is just full of stuff because she's starting another project. And you know how Kim loves projects. I don't love projects. Well, you know what? I used to keep my yard immaculate. And I still like to mow with the push mower when I can. But I'm pretty happy Papa just mows it all with the riding mower now, and then weed eats. Anyway, I'm happy about my kitchen. Y'all probably think, oh my gosh, that's just a crazy woman. But that's kind of what I am, crazy woman. I do crazy things. Anyway, I only have Coda this morning. She's having a sleepover because it's a late night game. And I don't really know why she's having a sleepover, because Dustin told me, Dustin dropped her off at 6. And he said, I'll get her about 5. And I said, well, I thought she's having a sleepover. So maybe Jill thought his hours were going to be different, because I don't know. They maybe just get their wires crossed. Anyway, he said, oh, I didn't know she's having a sleepover. Nobody told me. So then he comes back and he said, okay, Coda Ray, I'll see you tomorrow, not tonight. So I thought, well, okay, that's fine. I don't mind having Coda. I can have her 24/7. She's just good as gold. But when you have her and Carly together, whoa, it's kind of tough. Carly was not in a good mood yesterday. I don't know why she was in a good mood. And I don't like to, I don't, never spank the grandbabies, and can't see why I'd ever spank the grandbabies. But yesterday, Carly said, Coda won't play with me. I want a best friend. And I said, baby, I can't make Coda play with you if she wants to play something else. And then she says, I need a best friend. And I said, well, let Jesus be your best friend. I need a real best friend. And then she starts just crying. Her nose was running. Her eyes were full of tears. Really, her heart was broken. She had no best friend. And I said, well, baby, I love you. I can play with you a little while. I'm not going outside on the trampoline. And then she wouldn't stop. And I said, Carly, if you don't stop, Gigi's going to spank you. Over and over again. I need a best friend. I need a best friend. I swear she must have said it 100 times. So I took off my shoe and I gave her 3 little swats. And I said, don't say that again. When you stop crying, I want you to go outside and play, because it's a beautiful day. So in a minute, she stops crying. And I said, are you feeling better? And she said, yes. And she gets to the door and she said, I really need a best friend. And I thought, oh, dear God. She's just like her daddy, so strong-willed. Anyway, she didn't cry that time. She just went on outside. And I don't know if she found a best friend. I gave her all these little suggestions. Talk to Jesus, take a doll out with you. Let Woody be your best friend, play with the goats. I gave her every suggestion I could think of, and she would not stop crying and saying that. So anyway, best to say, she got the last word in, but she never bothered me after that. But then She got upset at lunchtime. I don't know. She destroyed the room in like 5 minutes. She dumped the toy box, dumped all the shoes, pulled out all the books. And I said, baby, what is wrong with you? Why did you do this? And I don't know. And I'm thinking, wow, she's really kind of off her little numbers today. And then she wanted her tablet. And I said, no, ma'am, not until this room gets cleaned. It's, oh, why do I have to do it? I said, who messed it up? She said, me. All this time, Coda Bear's asleep. So I said, well, baby, I love you, but you're not going to have the tablet until the room's all clean. It's about 5 minutes. Her room was spotless, and she was back to normal for a little while. But she got real grumpy right before Jill came, and I can't even remember what she got upset about. Oh, she came to the front door, and I was out on the back patio, and I didn't hear her, and she was yelling and screaming and trying to get in the door. And I hollered at her, Carly, come to the back. And she would not come to the back. She stood right here at the front door screaming. So, well, the problem was she had a TT, and she was scared to walk around the back. And she said, I can't hold it any longer. And, oh, my gosh. So, anyway, I was glad to see Jill when she got here. I was glad to see her go home. And she didn't want to go. And I said, oh, yes, baby. I love you so much, but I'll see you another day. But Thursday, let's see, she's in daycare today. Tina will pick her up this afternoon, and she'll have a sleepover with Tina while Jill's at the game. Although Dustin's was back today to a normal hour, so I don't know if she'll have a sleepover or not, but anyway, I know my part of the game is me and Papa and Coda. So tomorrow we get Lex, and Kim has to take the bus and drop it off, our church bus, because the heater doesn't work and that no one can get the heater to work. So we're going to follow her to Houston, to wherever, I don't know exactly what road it's on, but follow her. It's be about an hour. So we're going to leave in 2 hours before we have to get Lex. Usually we leave at 2, and that gives us till 4 because he gets out at 4, but we stop and get his lunch and everything. And then, so tomorrow we're going to leave at 12, follow her down, pick her up, and then she will go with us to get Lex. So, it'll be a car full. Kim, Coda, all the dogs except Bandit. Bandit can't travel. And so that'll be an experience tomorrow, I'm sure. Other than that, everything's been about the same. When Papa gets my 2 shelves up, then I will show y'all how pretty my little corner in the kitchen looks. And when I had to clean out the 2 drawers, as I had stuff in them like crazy. So I got both the drawers cleaned out, and then I got my junk drawer cleaned out. And then what I haven't done is gone through my bill box, and there must be 50 unopened, I don't know, they're not bills, but notices and let's say pieces of mail, because I don't know what they are because I haven't opened them. I've just been putting them to the side and putting them to the side. So now they're all piled on my dining room table. And Coda Bear is out with Pawpaw. And she doesn't like to stay out too long because he'll tell me, he said, well, all of a sudden she wanted to go into Gigi's house. So Coda likes to play out for a while, but then she likes to come in, get her wits about her, and kind of sit down for a little while or lay down. She doesn't sit, she pretty much lays. And she may be getting hungry because she told me before she went out, she says, will I cook her an egg? And I said, sure. She loves scrambled eggs. So when she comes back in, I'll make her some scrambled eggs. She had toast and cocoa for breakfast, so she's probably fine right now. Anyway, guys, I will tell you this. Kim come to drop my board off, and she said, you've got makeup in your hair. I said, I don't even care. And she said, that's what I'm starting to think. You just don't care. Because Monday, before she let me go in the nursing home, she had to get out a baby wipe and clean here and clean here. And then we got in a little late, and I told Joanne, my friend, I said, look, we've reversed position. She's like the mother now, fixing my makeup and not letting me go in until it's fixed, and I'm just like the daughter. Okay. So I am having a hard time with my makeup because I've tried to change a couple of times, and when I regularly do it, I have a way I do it, but with this I'm using a brush, and I don't know why it happens. It does. So if any of y'all have that problem, I'm not going to say it's to do with old age, but anyway, tomorrow, guys, it's my birthday. You know, I was dreading it, a little depressed. I'm going to turn 75. That's three-fourths of a way to 100. And then I thought, why be depressed about that? Just push for those other 25 years. So I was telling Dustin that yesterday, and he said, well, why would you want to be 100? And I said, well, you know, I'll go to Jesus when he's ready, but if I could have 25 more years, I would love it. So he thought that was a little weird, and maybe he's thinking of what I'm going to look like if I reach 100. But I think, there comes Jake back. He just must have run to the little grocery store. So anyway, I don't know if he thinks I'll be weirder or sillier or whatever if I turn 100. I don't know, but he seemed like he didn't think that was a good idea. But I'm thinking it don't matter if he thinks it's a good idea. It's all up to God. You go when God's ready for you. It doesn't matter how old you are. Anyway, Kim's making a soup for my birthday. She asked me what I might have in a soup. I always want meatloaf. Y'all know, well, anybody that watches me or watches what we do, I'm a meatloaf person. I love meatloaf. Every time we go to Cracker Barrel, everybody says, you got meatloaf again? Yeah, I got meatloaf again. I just love meatloaf. So I was expecting meatloaf, but then she said, Mom, would you mind having soup? I said, no, I don't mind having soup. I love soup. I really do. I love soup. And she said, well, she found a new recipe. Somebody sent it to her, and it sounds so good, and she thinks I will like it, and you eat it on noodles. So I think that's awesome. So I said, I don't care. Whatever kind of soup, as long as there's cornbread. So I'm sure we'll be having noodles with some kind of soup to put on it. And as long as I've got cornbread, I'm a happy person. So, and I'm going to share my birthday cake with Ellie because his birthday is the 27th. Yes. And, or maybe the 26th. I don't know. Y'all probably know that better than I do. Anyway, and then mine's on the 2nd, so naturally that Sunday that comes. And this past Sunday we had Elijah's birthday because I think his is on the 24th. I think. You know, you remember the grandkids, and then you have so many grandkids, and then you start trying to remember the great-grandkids, and then you think, if I can remember my own kids, then I'm doing good. So I won't worry about the grandkids and the great-grandkids. When they say it's time for, I want this for my birthday dinner, then I think, oh, it must be his birthday. But Elijah wanted etouffee. That's why we went to Tina's last week for Elijah's birthday. But Ellie and I are going to share just a plain yellow cake because that's what he prefers, yellow cake with no frosting. And then I like the yellow cake, but we have the strawberries and Cool Whip that goes on top of it. So more like a strawberry shortcake kind of thing. So anyway, I don't think there's anything else really new going on. Everybody keeps y'all posted with everything. And by the time I get to a video, I'm just giving y'all old news. I'm still doing good on my diet. I can share that with y'all. Papa had doctor's appointment today, and his blood work and everything is fine, so he's doing good. And my puppy, I hate to say this, I don't care if he was 3 ounces when he was born, which qualifies him in the toy chihuahua group. It keeps growing. And I look at his feet, and his feet are kind of big. And they say you can always tell the size of the dogs they get by looking at how big their feet are. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I don't know if he's going to be my toy chihuahua or not. But he is adorable and precious and has a really good personality. And he sleeps snuggled with me all night. So, and so far he hasn't done anything that says he prefers Pawpaw to me, like Woody did and Kippy. So, we'll just see how that cookie crumbles. I don't know. He's got, his ears aren't standing up all the way yet. I feel like I'm going to pretend he's my rescue dog and I had to rescue him or something. I don't know. Anyway, I do love him. He is a sweet little guy. He loves to go outside, which is a bad sign, but he wants to come in the minute I come in. So he's not one, well, will be 4 months old, but, like, he's just laying beside me right now, and he has no desire to go out and see what Kippy's barking at. So we got Kippy a no bark collar, but they have to be under 15 pounds, and Kippy is not. So we either have to try to find another one that is for a dog under 15 pounds, or I don't know if they even make them for dogs that are under 15 pounds. But that's another little matter we're working on. Kippy's barking. He sleeps with Pawpaw every night, and he hasn't chewed up another blanket. So I've told Lex, you know, when you see him start chewing, pop his little nose and tell him no chew. And so maybe working with him a little bit, Lex has gotten him to stop chewing. I don't know. I see somebody coming back through. It's Jake on that unicycle. I don't know how he does that. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine being on the unicycle and having a flip over like I did on that scooter? And that would be bad. And I've got my one leg that keeps hurting in the back, like I pulled that muscle or something back there. But I just put deep heat on it every morning and keep on it going. Okay, so I think that's it. I have nothing else to say, I don't think. So I think I'll get this out today. I wish I could show y'all my arm, but I don't know if I can get it up close enough. Can you see all the bites on there that my puppy has given me? He is such a biter, and I bruise so easy this whole arm. If I went to the doctor today, they would think something was horribly wrong with me. Anyway, the goats are talking to me. Yesterday, guys, I was cleaning out my, Coda and Carly were out playing, and I was cleaning up my makeup bag. And all of a sudden, here come those two goats right in the bathroom. Oh, I was so upset with Pawpaw. Then I chased them out, and one of them got in my good chair, and I was thinking, Jesus, 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 please don't let him pee in that chair. And the whole time my mind was saying the D word. And anyway, finally, I couldn't get him out. So I had to go yell for Pawpaw, and he comes limping, and he goes, "You bad boys, why are you in Gigi's house?" I'm thinking, you know, don't talk to him, just get him out of here. But as far as I know, they didn't poop or pee in the house. But that's not something I want to do every day, because I am sure that that's not good for my blood pressure, especially if I'm pushed to the point where I have the D word in my mind, so in my head. So I'm real, people. I am so real, so human. All right, I love y'all. I'm gonna go right now and go through those 50 pieces of mail that I've got strewn about on my table, trying to see what's good and what's not. And you know, hopefully I will talk to you tomorrow. Is Friday. Maybe I'll do a video where we're all on the trip in the car together. That ought to be especially since Kim's not real crazy about the dogs, and with Coda singing na 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 all the way. She never says Daddy Shark, Mama Shark. She just goes do 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 or da da dum da da dum repeatedly. So anyway, it will be a fun trip, I'm sure. So guys, I love y'all, and I hope you have a blessed day. Just remember, if you're not having a good day, just talk to God about it, and He'll make it better. I prayed over those goats. Lord, don't let anything happen to them, but just keep them out of my house. But one did get his head stuck in the fence yesterday, and I was able to get it out all by myself. I didn't even have to call Pawpaw. Then I'm thinking, don't want to get him out, don't want him just to hang there, because at least he was hanging there. I knew exactly where he was, not in my house. But I did go out and help the little guy out, and he didn't say thanks, but I'm sure he was thanking me on the inside. So, okay, I love y'all, and I will try to get this out in a couple of hours. Have a great day. Hopefully, I'll talk to you tomorrow.